Good morning, children. Now, in the last class, we have discussed the exercise A and B and C, isn't it? And I hope all of you all have copied B and C. Now, next is D. Answer these questions with reference to the context. First one, in that there are 5 questions given. So, in that among the 5, I am giving you only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 only we are going to do now. We are going to study, you study only 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after that we have got again answer these questions and think and answer. So, all these coming together, it will be very difficult for you all to study, isn't it? So many question answers together. So, I decided to take only few. I have selected a few question answers only, and think and answer I have omitted, don't want. So, among exercise E, I am going to do only 2, 5 and 6. So, now we do exercise D. Answer these questions with reference to the context. The chimps have their own primitive culture. Primitive means early inhabitants. And each one have got their own culture. Now, they have, what example of evidence does Goodall give to explain this statement? Now, you can tell me some example. The young chimps, how they learn to use stones and hammer to crack open the nuts to get food, isn't it? They crack open the nuts using stones and hammer. And this proves that one point is enough to say that the chimps or the chimpanzees have their own primitive culture. Then second one, they have excellent memories. Who are they? They are the chimpanzees. List examples that show they have a remarkable memory. Now, do you remember Washoe the chimpanzee? Yes? The Washoe the chimpanzee was brought up by a couple, a husband and wife, and he met them after 11 years. And when he met them after 11 years, did he recognize them? Yes, he recognized the two people. He recognized the couple, the husband and wife, because they had brought him up when he was a small baby. So, that shows they have good memory power. Now, the third question, these experiments have taught us more and more about the mind of the chimpanzee. Which are the experiments being referred to? The experiments are the teachings of the American Sign Language and the computer language that the humans are trying to teach the chimpanzees. So, they are trying to teach the chimpanzees to use that language to communicate with the human beings. Fourth one, scientists use chimps to try to find out more about human diseases and how to cure and prevent them. Why do scientists prefer chimps to other animals for such research? Now, why do scientists use the chimpanzees? Because the body of the chimpanzees are similar to that of the human beings. Yes, their bodies are same like ours. Only thing is, the difference is that they cannot speak like human beings. So, scientists prefer chimps for research because their body and mind come close to that of humans. Now, answer these questions. Exercise E, 2, 5 and 6 only, children. Second one, why can't chimpanzees speak words? How do humans communicate with chimpanzees? I told you, chimpanzees, they cannot speak like us, like human beings. Why? Because their vocal cords are different. Then how do they communicate with the human beings? Through the sign language. They communicate with the human beings through the sign language. Then fifth one, how are some animal welfare groups trying to help the chimpanzees? These animal welfare groups, what are they doing? They are working to set up sanctuaries, yes, where these chimpanzees will be safe, where they can enjoy the environment, where they will be free to enjoy the environment and live the rest of their life happily. And the last one, sixth one, chimpanzees show great intelligence. Give 2 examples to support this fact. Now the next one is the chimpanzees, they show great intelligence. They are very clever. Which 2 example can you give? One, the important one is they use stones, then they trim up the sticks, the twigs, the branches of the stems of the trees. They trim it up, cut it, shape it to dig out insects from the holes or termites, isn't it? Then they use the stones to crack nuts. Another example, then when an enemy comes to attack them, what do? They pick up huge rocks or big stones or like rocks, and they throw them for protection. So these 2 points can be used there. Now think and answer, don't want children. Now exercise G. Jane Goodall. I was told at school that only human beings have personalities, can think and reason, feel pain or have emotions. Luckily I knew none of that is true. Now look at this mind map on 8 basic emotions that people experience. Read the text carefully again and identify instances that tell you chimpanzees feel at least 5 of these emotions. Now 8 emotions are given there. Out of that, at least 5 emotions the chimpanzees also feel just like we human beings. First one is joy, that is happiness. They are very happy, especially when living in, when not kept in the cages. When they are living, you remember that small chimpanzee Jojo, he was living with his mother, and one day the mother was shot dead, isn't it? So till then, till his mother was with him, he was very happy. Then when his mother was shot dead and he was taken away, then what was the emotion he felt there? Happiness or sadness? What is it? Sadness. So another emotion, the second emotion is sadness, joy and sadness. Then also the third one, you can say fear, frightened. When they are taken into cages, when they are put into cages, when they are taken into the research laboratories for doing tests, they are frightened. They feel frightened, fear. Then they disgust. What is the meaning of disgust? Disgust means especially when their body becomes dirty. Yes, what do? They use big leaves as napkins to wipe the dirt from their body. So that is the meaning of disgust. And anger. They are also very angry, isn't it? Why are they angry? Because they are not allowed to go out. They are always kept in a cage. Some of them are always put in the cages in the laboratories. Some of them are taken for TV shows, in circuses. They are not allowed to go out. They are not allowed to be free like the other animals. So they show anger there. Now play with the words. Worksheet H. Make similes using the words in the box and complete the sentences. Similes are comparison. You compare one thing to another. So the first one, some words are given there. First one is, a child is as innocent as a lamb. A small child is innocent as a lamb. Lamb is the young one of a goat, isn't it? Or the sheep. Second one, this sheet of paper is as smooth as silk. Third one, the cloudy sky was as dark as ink. So the cloudy sky is compared to ink, which is dark in color. Second one, the sheet of paper. When you touch the paper, it feels as smooth as just like silk cloth. Now I, homemade jam is jam made at home. So write similar phrases in the second column. Name an object that the phrase can describe in the third column. Now first one, lined with felt. That means felt lined. Felt means what? Just like feather, very silk, smooth, very soft, or even fur you can say. So usually we have the felt lined cap or hat. So the object in the third column you can write cap or hat. Then second one, covered with chocolate. That is chocolate covered. And what is chocolate covered? Any two objects you can write for chocolate covered. Biscuits, nuts, they are all filled with chocolates or covered with chocolates, isn't it? Third one, coated with silver, that is silver coated. It can be a lamp or a cup which has got a silver coating around it. And the fourth one, plated with gold, that means gold plated. And gold plated is what, children? Jewellery, ornaments. Now read the sentence. J. Chimpanzees use leaves to soak up water and sticks to open up holes in the trees. Soak up and open up are phrasal verbs. Now here are some more phrasal verbs and their meanings. Some words are given there. Hurry up, use up, keep up, own up, bring up, end up. Each has got its own different meaning. Hurry up means move quickly. Use up means utilize all of something, use all something. Keep up, maintain a pace or standard set by another. Try to keep up with another. Own up means confess. Bring up, raise, usually a child, and end up means reach a state or a place you did not expect to be in. So the exercise goes, use phrasal verbs to complete the sentences. You may have to change their form. Number 1, parents, it is bring up their children to become good human beings. Second one, Ria was ill and could not concentrate. Therefore, she ended up submitting an incomplete answer sheet. Third one, in order to make the sky blue in the picture, Raj used up all the blue paint. Fourth one, the student owned up to accidentally breaking the chair. Fifth one, her brother asked her to hurry up if she did not want to be late. And the sixth one, it was very difficult for the small boy to keep up with his sister even if he ran. So next is the active voice and the passive voice. Now what's the meaning of active voice? From the word active, we can know it shows action. Now you remember a sentence has got two divisions. One is the subject, the other one is the predicate. So the active voice always comes where the subject does the action. For example, they can join two short sticks together. Which is the subject here? They. So who can join the two sticks together? They. So they is the subject and the subject is showing the action joining the two sticks together. That is the action shown. Now what is the passive voice? When the form of the verb shows that the subject is affected by the action, it is in the passive voice. So here look at the next sentence. Rocks are picked up and thrown as missiles. So here what is picked up? Rocks. And what do they do? The rocks are picked up and thrown by whom? By the chimpanzees. So rocks is the subject but it receives rather than does the action. Only the subject does the action. Now in the exercise given there, exercise K, only 4 of these sentences can be rewritten in the passive voice. Okay, I'll tell you the answers in the next class, children. Thank you.